Hey everybody, I don't have a regular video going up today, but I did want to provide you with a small little nugget of joy, or dare I say schadenfreude, because we don't get moments like this often in this dystopian hellscape that we're living in. So when they do happen, I think that it's really important that we cherish them. So I wanted to talk about this topic that I think is going to brighten your day, because it certainly did that for me. So, as you all probably know by now, there's a viral video of Trump being heckled by a UAW worker who called him a PDF file protector. And Trump's response was predictably petulant. I'll show you the video just in case you haven't seen it yet. That was incredible. You can tell that he hit a nerve by calling Donald Trump that. And really, it's a little bit too charitable, because Donald Trump isn't just a PDF file protector. He might be a PDF file himself, but it's very clearly a sore spot for him, as evidenced by the fact that he decided to say fuck you to the worker and then flip him off, which is still crazy. I get that we're all desensitized to Donald Trump shenanigans because we've been dealing with this idiot for more than a decade now. But it's still wild to see the president react that way to somebody heckling him. If this were Obama or Biden or Bush, I think they would have just let it roll off their shoulders. Maybe it bothered them internally, but they wouldn't have addressed it. But Trump did that, and in doing so, he made it go more viral, because if he just pretended like he didn't hear him, we wouldn't be talking about this, because we would just assume that, oh, well, it's faint in the video. You can't really make out what he's saying that well unless you listen closely, so Trump probably didn't hear him. But Trump made sure that we all knew he heard what the fuck he said, which I find hilarious. And if you are a MAGA chud who is triggered by this and finds it disrespectful, shut the fuck up. You know damn well you would be doing this to a Democrat if you had the opportunity. I would be doing this to a Democrat or any politician if I had the opportunity. With all that being said, the worker was quickly punished because he dared to heckle our wannabe king. The Washington Post reports, TJ Sabula, a 40-year-old United Auto Workers Local 600 line worker at the factory, told the Post that he was the one who shouted at Trump. He said he has been suspended from work pending an investigation. Quote, as far as calling him out, definitely no regrets whatsoever, Sabula said, though he added that he is concerned about the future of his job and believes he has been targeted for political retribution for embarrassing Trump in front of his friends. And I think that he's correct. This is political retribution, because it is legal under the First Amendment to heckle, criticize, and yell at the President of the United States. And I get that saying something like that is useless in 2026, seeing as how the former Constitution that governed us for hundreds of years is no longer in effect. Nonetheless, as Americans, we've been conditioned and encouraged even to say what's on our minds. Nonetheless, where they can punish people for speaking their mind, they will. Like Larry Bushart from Tennessee, who was jailed for 37 days for posting a Charlie Kirk meme on Facebook, or Mahmoud Khalil, who was detained for months because he led peaceful protests at Columbia University against Israel's genocide of the Palestinian people. Worst case scenario, TJ Sabula gets fired. Nonetheless, he shouldn't be penalized for simply heckling the president, because what he said is protected speech, and it's objectively true. Donald Trump is just factually a pedophile protector. And TJ Sabula is not some caricature of a woke liberal who has Trump derangement syndrome. For all intents and purposes, this man is a normie who just sees what everybody else sees, that Donald Trump, for some reason, is not releasing the Epstein files. He is in defiance of the law by not releasing the Epstein files. The Washington Post continues, Sabula actually identifies as politically independent and said he never voted for Trump but has supported other Republicans. He estimated that he was roughly 60 feet away from Trump on Tuesday and that the president could hear him very, very, very clearly. Love that. He said he was specifically referencing Trump's handling of the Epstein files. Quote, I don't feel as though fate looks upon you often, and when it does, you better be ready to seize the opportunity, Sabula said, and today I think I did that. And he did. But this is a normal person who watches the news and thinks, like the rest of us, that these elite pedophiles should be held accountable. But for some reason that we all can't quite figure out, Donald Trump doesn't want there to be any justice. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out what's going on here. So I think that this individual who heckled Donald Trump is just speaking for all of us. And I really give him a lot of credit for saying what he did, because when you are in the moment and you have an opportunity, yes, you seize that opportunity. But the problem is it's easier said than done, because, when you're put on the spot like that, you can fumble. I've done this in the past. I am that kind of person who does like to heckle politicians if I see them. I haven't had that opportunity, but I have yelled at protesters, right-wing anti-abortion, fundamentalist extremist protesters, to be exact. Yes, I am that kind of a person. And when I was on the spot, I didn't really know what to say to them because my brain works in a different way than other people. I can't be concise if my life depended on it. So rather than just like poking fun at them, I yelled something about, our government is funding Saudi Arabia's genocide in Yemen. Why don't you care about those babies who are being killed? Not the catchiest slogan to yell. I think they probably didn't understand anything I said because it wasn't quick. So, when you have the opportunity to talk some shit, you better be quick and quippy. Some of us got it. Some of us just don't have it. And this individual does indeed have it. But thankfully, the universe rewarded him for what he did, because we don't necessarily know if he's going to be able to keep his job. He's just suspended at the moment, which is still egregious. But as of the time that I record this video, he has raised more than $400,000 on GoFundMe, which I assume is more than his yearly salary. So in the event he does lose his job, which he should not, I think that he's going to be okay for a while until he finds another job. But it's not just the money that he raised, it's the overwhelming support that he received for doing what we all wish we could do. He got messages on GoFundMe from individuals who said things like, "I have dreamed of the day I could yell far worse obscenities at that heaping piece of shit we call president. I hope this fundraiser is successful and can support you and your family for the foreseeable future. Thank you for your courage in defying that pedophile protector and traitor to the Constitution. Until I can say those words for myself, I'll support everyone that takes an opportunity to speak out and call out that piece of shit. Fuck Donald Trump and MAGA. TJ, you are the poster boy for courage. You represent what everyone who cares about our country should be doing. May all good things be yours. Labor solidarity forever. I stand with TJ." And you love to see it. And it's not just that this story makes me feel good, to see this outpouring of support for him. It is nice to know that people are actively working to stigmatize MAGA, because this is a modern-day Nazi movement, and history is going to view them as such. They will always be synonymous with Nazis. But the task ahead of us is, in the present day, getting people to see them for the threat that they are in actuality. And the way that you do that is to shift the culture against MAGA. You stigmatize being MAGA. You make it so that way anyone who supports Donald Trump is a pariah, thus incentivizing them to denounce Donald Trump. This is what you have to do, because a lot of Americans, they don't really follow the news too closely, and a lot of them just kind of say what they hear from coworkers and friends. They also jump on bandwagons and parrot talking points from pundits. So I think as much as we can show them that this is a scourge, that is going to help shift the needle. So, I was very delighted to not just watch the video, but to see the response to TJ Sabula and his badassery. So, I salute him. This is a true American patriot. This is a Chad. This is an alpha male. And I think that we need to teach young men to be brave like him and challenge power by just shit-talking them. To be clear, we're not going to shit-talk our way out of this mess, but I think it's okay that we feel good from time to time as we try to, I don't want to say save the country, because I'm not sure if that's possible, but just survive. I think it's okay if we feel good from time to time to just enjoy ourselves, because if we don't, then we go crazy. So hopefully this video brightened your day, because this story was certainly a nice dose of schadenfreude and joy that I very much needed.
Alpha male, not a beta male.